Um, because I come from business. I've seen my grandmother get it out of the mud, coming here from Puerto Rico, having a bar for 40 years in the Bronx,
Wow.
and I seen my mother go from, corporate America to having her own business. And at 10 years old, I helped her name when she went on her own. I named her business. I gave it a slogan. I got her first 3 orders. Like, I know what that's like. And then myself had a regular 9 to 5, and then, you know, for me, really getting it out of money was the time when it was kind of like, okay, now I'm doing this for real, and this is my income, right?
Yeah.
This is what I do,
Yeah.
and I think that's what a lot of parentpreneurs come from. I think entrepreneurs. I think people get it twisted too. You don't just become an entrepreneur. Like, there has to be some sort of side hustle that turns into that. My opinion. My opinion. Now, if somebody gives you money that you can start a business, by all means, I get that. I didn't come from that. I didn't come from that. I feel like, people, your 9 to 5 is your first investor, and that's where you have to lean in and take that investment. And nobody's like, I wish if I could have more time. I hear you. I get that because I was there. I had a conversation with my stepfather. I'll never forget. Um, and I said, oh, and this was when I was in music. I said, oh, I wish I didn't have the job because then I could be in the studio more and I can do this and I can do that. And
Hmm.
he was like, but how are you paying for studio time? I said, oh,
That part.
my paycheck.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, stop looking at it as, look at your job as the financier. And that changed my whole mentals. And
Yeah. You're
that
first investor, right?
that advice I give to everybody, because again, you're around everybody. Listen, especially with social media, everybody's an entrepreneur. Everybody's the CEO of everything, and it's like, I get it, but how are we really doing this? And it's not easy. It's not as easy as just a faceless video. It's not. The jokes out there about, oh, you just gotta eat and you sleep 15 seconds a day, and
Yeah.
it's not about that. Especially when you're a parent, there's a lot more involved, and then when you're married, it's a lot more involved because, again, but I know people that are married, have kids, and all they care about is their business. I'm not that. I am an active,
Right.
loving husband. I am an active, loving father, and I'm an active, loving,
Yeah.
business owner that cares about my talent and my projects.